Today I'm making homemade Italian herb bread. In a large mixing bowl, take 1 cup of water, 240 milliliters, that is about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 degrees Celsius. I like to heat the water in a pot on the stove to about 115 degrees Fahrenheit. No hotter than 115 degrees or it could kill the yeast. Add 1 packet of active dry yeast, about 2.5 teaspoons or 7 grams. Add 1 tablespoon of sugar, about 13 grams, and stir. Let the yeast bloom for 10 minutes so you know your yeast is alive and your bread will rise. 4 tablespoons of oil, about 56 grams. I like to use canola oil for its neutral flavor. A half cup of finely grated Parmesan cheese, about 40 grams. 1 1/2 teaspoons of oregano, about 1.5 grams. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1.5 grams. 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1.5 grams. 1 1/2 teaspoons of basil, 1.3 grams. 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt, 9 grams. 3 cups of bread flour, scooped and leveled, 410 grams. Bring the mixture together with a spatula. Then you're going to knead the dough in the bowl by hand for 10 minutes total. I'll watch the clock and knead it by hand for 5 minutes, take a little 5-minute break, and then knead it again for 5 more minutes. I find that this method really helps develop the gluten structure. Then I'm going to grease the bowl and the dough with oil. Cover it with plastic wrap and put it somewhere warm to rise for 1 hour. I like to put it in the oven without the oven on for 1 hour, and it should roughly double in size. After an hour or doubling in size, remove the plastic wrap and gently deflate the dough. Knead the dough in the bowl by hand for about a minute. Roll the dough into a ball and then roll it out into about an 8-inch log. Grease an 8.5 by 4.5 loaf pan. Put the dough in the pan and let it rise for another 45 minutes to an hour. The dough should rise above the pan about 2 inches. In the last 10 minutes of the rise, preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius. Bake at 350 degrees, 176 degrees Celsius for 30 to 35 minutes or until golden brown. Carefully remove from the oven. Take about 2 tablespoons of melted butter and brush the entire loaf. Let the bread cool completely for 1 hour before cutting. And there you go, some homemade Italian herb bread. Here's a piece I toasted with some butter.